Welcome to Serving Aces. I'm Alexandra Stevenson, and I'm here with my co-host, Hugues Laverdiere, or as I like to call him, Ougi. Welcome, Ougi. December 21st, you are back from Paris, and we are doing our holiday wrap-up tennis special.
This is going to be awesome. Seriously, a little review of the year. We had so much tennis going on. This year was amazing again, right? I mean, it's the women, the men, you're just going back and forth with all the stars we have in the game. So, really happy to see you. You've settled in your house. Look at that little tree behind you and everything.
I've got a tree. I've got some pictures, which when the tree's gone, you can see them next time. And yeah, it's very festive around here. I've even got my Aviator Nation Santa Tiger sweatshirt.
Ooh, love that.
Sabalenka would like that, huh?
Yeah, the Tigress, for
Yeah.
sure. And today's a great day for your mother as well.
Yes, it's her birthday. So she shares a birthday with Chrissy Everett. She shares a birthday with Jane Fonda. And
Ooh,
my good friend Karen Austin, John Austin's wife, her mom just turned 95.
wow.
Yeah.
That's an incredible day for great women. I mean,
Yeah,
seriously.
great women birthdays. And it's also the longest night of the year, winter solstice,
That's
December
right.
21st.
There we are. The biggest day. Samantha wanted the longest day for her birthday. There you go.
I know, right?
She picked the right one. You
Yeah.
picked the good.
So it's fun. So it was a fun day. How was Paris?
It was awesome. I mean, the little Christmas, get together, marché, stuff like that. So just walking around, having fun. So just, chilling out. It was super, super good. And I have a little Santa Claus snow sand with the pineapple on my. It's
Yeah, we're
awesome.
being festive tonight. So
That's it.
good.
You put that. I love it. That was
Okay,
good.
so
What
we've
about you?
got
How's Florida?
hot, like
Yeah.
82.
Oh,
I
come on.
mean,
Don't
I
complain.
don't like, I'm wearing a sweatshirt and Uggs inside with air conditioning because I'm like, it's December.
Yeah.
But California has been hot too, although we're getting lots of rain.
Hmm.
Well, I say we. I'm still a Californian, Oogie.
I know at heart you will always be, of
Yeah,
course. And
yeah.
you had a great presence with a friend of yours on another podcast this week. I saw that.
Yes, I had a lot of fun. So when you were in Paris, Mitch Michaels, he does the Inside In Tennis podcast, and he asked me to do a wrap up of the 2025 season on the women's side. So I did that last week. It came out. So if anybody wants to check it out, the Inside In podcast on Believe as well. He's a
Hmm.
fellow Believe host and
Yeah.
very great connoisseur of the men's and women's game, and we had a lot of fun breaking down the women's side and what happened and what's to come. So while you
Yeah.
were in Paris, I did a fellow host podcast, and now I'm ready for ours.
There you go. A fellow believer. That's good.
Yes, yeah. So that was exciting.
Super cool.
Okay, so we've got some big news, Oogie. It broke around the tennis world a couple days ago.
Seriously,
Everybody was shocked.
it's amazing. Huge.
Carlos Alcaraz and Juan
Juan Carlos Ferrero. I mean,
Carlos
this split.
Ferrero have
Yeah.
split. Big
This
pause
is.
there.
I mean, it's like if you tell me that Taylor Swift splits with the football player. Seriously, it's that big.
Travis Kelce.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I mean,
exactly.
they're engaged.
It's. I mean, I know, but it's like if you told me tomorrow they had a
I mean,
fight.
that might be more possible than what we thought Carlos and Juan Carlos would do.
Seriously, I mean,
Right?
and you have some information, right, about what happened
Well,
exactly.
I did a deep dive. Now I'm not Spanish, but what's been coming out is, look, Tony Nadal said he was surprised. He would have liked them to continue, but he did say something very interesting. He said it's true the players now have much more authority than before. I thought that was an interesting statement.
Yep.
Reading Juan Carlos's Instagram, how he said, I didn't want to part ways, basically, and it just sounded like it wasn't his choice, but this was what happened.
You think somebody or somebody on his team like made that choice for him a little bit?
Yeah,
Because
look, I think it wasn't Carlos and Juan Carlos's total decision. I think
yeah,
Carlos Alcaraz's family is involved. Carlos Alcaraz has an academy. His father's heavily involved. What in the tennis world's been hearing, there were some arguments between Ferrero and the father the last couple of years. Look, Carlos, we all knew something was going on when he went platinum with his hair, and even before that. But he likes to party. He likes to get out there. The players now have a lot more access than the players did when Juan Carlos was number one and winning a Grand Slam. And that was when I played.
Yeah.
Everybody was still treated very well, but now these guys are treated like kings, and it's like big money, big parties, Formula One style, red carpet rollout. So I think there are a lot of ideology differences going on. The last year, we kind of saw on the court, some changes, and then he got right and did really well this year. So what are your thoughts, Ougi?
Well, I mean, you've mentioned a few, of course, because you can tell that Juan Carlos wanted him to be like more mature, more disciplined. He would say that even in interviews, like, well, Juan Carlos, he came out a little bit late last night, this and that. So you knew that, that was not that great for him. And he said, I remember, like in one interview, okay, if he wants to have a long career, be number one for a long time, he has to take good decisions. And so if your coach is saying that, that something's up.
And also, wasn't that in the Netflix documentary My Way? I mean, it's
exactly.
kind of telling that the title is My Way.
That's correct. That's when I saw that and heard the way Juan Carlos was saying that. And I mean, and on the other hand, I mean, you have, Carlitos is what, 22, 23? He's like so young, 22 years. Remember at 22, normal life at 22. I mean, of course, you're going out a little bit with friends, and he has many friends, and the family's big. So he's enjoying life. He's winning tournaments. He spends a couple of days extra in those the greatest cities in the world. So, he's got everything together that, that contributes to great, great evenings and dinners and, more activities afterwards. And he's super fun, super popular. So, who doesn't want to go out with him? So you have to manage those situations. And Carlitos, on one hand, I'm sure the relationship with the coach was amazing. But then maybe the family has more of a, well, we have an academy and we wish you'd be here more often. But then he's like, no, I have to go train with Juan Carlos, who also has an academy. So, and I think they're an hour and something apart driving. So he cannot train at both places at the same time. So maybe that was the subject of, debate.
That could have been a bone of contention. Look, I was reading the article on clay tennis, which a Spanish writer does, and he's been covering tennis. And look, he said, what you kind of said, Juan Carlos Ferrero did say, understanding professionalism, when to really work, when to rest, when to be focused. That for young people today is really complicated because it is often difficult for them to live the reality of their surroundings. I can't even begin to imagine the surroundings of Carlos Alcaraz and the level it's gotten to, right? It's like what we call Nadal and Federer and Djokovic rock stars, right? Well, Carlos Alcaraz is now the head rock star with Sinner right behind him. And they're two totally different personalities, Alcaraz and Sinner. Alcaraz is more outgoing, and it's like everything's being laid on a platter. He's been 50 weeks at number one, more so than Federer, who was at 23 weeks, Nadal at 24 weeks, Djokovic at 25. That's very impressive. So that the fact that they split definitely meant it was more personal. And what you said, he's 22, he's spreading his wings. He's been with Ferrero since he was 13. Doesn't mean they won't come back together.
I don't know. I mean, to me, the fact, I mean, I've heard today one of my friends dig a little bit more, and he said that Juan Carlos received an offer of a contract renewing, with Carlos, and 48 hours later, you have to give me an answer. So to me, first of all, that's like so weird. It's like,
that's very odd.
He's like number one in the world. They've been together for a long time. Everything's on the surface looks awesome. They look great. But then he gets into number one, 2 Grand Slams this year. And I'm giving you 48 hours to decide if you want to keep going with me. That's like so weird to me. And I heard that he got offered less money. So if that's true, that's like, okay, I don't want you to be there anymore. I've decided. And here's the offer, by the way. I've given you a chance, 48 hours, less money. Those two subjects together, that's a slap in the face. That's so weird.
It is. And also, according to claytennis.com, the contract was annual, and the 2012 contract ended at the end of November. And they waited until Saturday, the 13th of December, to present the new one. And he had till Monday, the 15th, which is my birthday.
That's correct. Happy birthday, Alex. A little bit late, but
Thank you. That's okay. You were in Paris.
I know.
But it's what you said. That's a very quick turnaround. That doesn't show a lot of respect.
That is so weird.
It
doesn't look like Carlitos. To me, he's such a great man, great young man, that it doesn't look like he could do something like that. And the fact that it actually did happen that way, there's something going on there. There's more strings under that we don't understand.
And it was, I think, Ferrero sent a counter, and it was rejected right away. And in the end, all the signs are saying it was the father and Juan Carlos Ferrero and their differences, and they couldn't meet them. And that's why they parted. I don't actually think it was Carlos and Juan Carlos Ferrero together.
I mean, that makes sense. So everything so far we've talked about doesn't really make sense, but exactly what you said totally makes sense. I mean, Carlos wanted to keep going, but he's like, let's go, let's keep going. And the father, the agent, and this and that, and suddenly you have more people involved, and it gets into that situation. But the question is, who's going to take care of Carlos Alcaraz in 2026? I mean, is Carlos Maya in the cards? I mean, David Ferrer, is he in there as well? Because both guys are Spanish, spent together a lot of times with Nadal and Davis Cup, and to me, those two guys are the front runners. But we can go in different directions there. We can go in Federer, Nadal himself. We can go in different directions there. I don't know. What do you think about that?
There's they're saying he might hire a very famous person.
I mean, obviously, hello. No. Like Sam would say, hello. Of course, somebody famous. You can't just pick anybody after he's number one, and Carlos. Ferrero's there, so he's been there for a while. So you need somebody who's been at the top, even a former number one player, maybe on Agassi. I mean, somebody who has charisma stepping in, because
look, his coach Samuel Lopez, who joined his team in 2024, is staying on. So he's remaining that way. His Instagram post, I was looking at it today. It showed life right now. It showed his new Nike shoes. It showed him getting a tattoo with the Statue of Liberty on his. He's
really?
Like getting on his bicep.
Okay, was that like a part of a bet? Part of a bet because he won the U.S. Open, or what? It's got to be.
It had like some kind of design, and then the Statue of Liberty.
It's got to be. It's got to be something like that. Come on, for sure. I mean, why would you put a Statue of Liberty? You're Spanish. I mean, what's going on?
It's got to be the U.S. Open. So I guess we'll see it debut in Australia, and he's practicing. And social media is PR and marketing, and he's putting out there that he's happy and everything's great and he's moving on. I was like, whoa, tattoo time. When you get a tattoo, isn't it said that you're making a lot of changes, or you're feeling something?
I made many changes in my life, but I don't have a tattoo, so I cannot answer that. I know you don't too. So, but to me, that's like, I don't know. So the news and the way we talked about it, and the more details we're getting, and to me, I don't think it's going to be heading in the right directions for 2026 for him. I'm kind of scared a little bit right now. Seriously.
I mean, Hugues, 50 weeks is highly impressive. That's number one. But look, the way he plays tennis is extraordinary. So, of course, can he keep his high level? Yes. But can he keep his high level and party and have all these things and go wild and free? Probably not. So it's going to be interesting who reins him in. If Juan Carlos Ferrero was the guy that was guiding him and reining him in and keeping him somewhat regulated and regimented,
Yep.
who's going to step into that role?
See, that's exactly it. Different to me. You've nailed it right there, because that's the exact point. So you need a beacon. Somebody who's going to be like, okay, we're going that way. No, don't go. You can go this way tonight, but tomorrow we're going back this way.
This way tonight, but not tomorrow.
Exactly. I mean,
Not a 5-day bender, just a 1 day.
he must have that person in his life. It could be a parent, could be a friend, could be a coach, anybody, but he needs that guidance. I don't know if that person is there anymore. And to me, I don't know. To me,
Time will tell.
Yannick Sinner is going to be super hot in 2026. And we've known that at the French Open, it was by only 1 point that Carlos was able to hold on that title. So you can figure out right now that Sinner is going to have more titles than Alcaraz the upcoming year.
Look at the difference, Ougi. Darren Cahill was going to leave Yannick Sinner at the end of the year and do broadcasting and move on from coaching. Sinner was like, I'm sure, absolutely not. I need you. Please stay on my team. Whatever you want. I don't know what he said, but obviously he offered. And so Darren chose Sinner over broadcasting because he had to decide broadcasting or Sinner.
Yep.
Well, he chose Sinner and Sinner chose him. So the dichotomy of this is so interesting going into now January, because we thought Alcaraz, Sinner, head to head, like same teams, same, like how are they going to one up each other? Well, now Sinner is more solid at the moment, and Alcaraz has had a big upset, big change.
Yeah.
Is it going to be for the better?
To me, right now, for sure, no. To me, I'm telling you, I'm really scared right now, because I just figured that, Sinner might win 4 Grand Slam this year, because Alcaraz is just searching for himself a little bit. The tattoo, it's all those details,
The tattoo.
I mean, to me, that's it. To me, it's one of the details, rebelling a little bit. Okay, I'm leaving my coach. I don't need him anymore. I don't know. 48 hours, less money. To me, all those things are related, and it's not looking good for me. Still, look at Sinner. He did the opposite. He's like, no, I still need you, and we have unfinished business together, because
we have a long way to go.
I know, exactly. He's like, let's keep working together. I know where we're going. I like that direction. It's probably going to come into the net a little bit more, like we discussed a month ago. So I like Sinner a lot going forward next year, and I'm scared. And Felix can be number 3 in the world, but that doesn't bother, because Sinner is way ahead, and Alcaraz is going to drop a little bit.
Okay. All right. Well, from your lips to the tennis god's ears, Ougi. All right. So moving on, Lerner Tien, the American, had a big win today. He won the Next Gen ATP Finals. Very exciting. Michael Chang came on as his coach 4 months ago. We had our eye on Lerner Tien in the beginning in Australia. He made some, he pushed Djokovic to the
that's right.
4 sets, 4 or 5 sets.
Oh, real tight match.
Yeah, tight match. Did he upset Zverev somewhere?
Yeah, I think so. I think he had a couple of great wins.
Yeah, and he's ranked number 28. So he came in as the number 1 seed, and all the other guys were 116, 118.
You've mentioned the finalist from Belgium.
Yeah,
maybe.
So Alexander
Blocks.
Yes, Alexander Blocks, who went undefeated the entire group. He was in the group below Lerner Tien. Lerner Tien had a slow start. He lost his first round, and then he won the next 3 to get to the finals. Alexander Blocks has a big serve. He's tall. Interesting fact on this one, his coach, Ougi, has been his coach since he was 4 years old, Philip Cassé.
There you go. Some consistency there.
Right? Yeah. Because, he's 20 now. So I thought that was very interesting.
It takes a long time to develop a great, to have confidence in a relationship. And so to me, that's important to keep your first coach at bay somewhere, because sometimes you cannot travel all the time. So it's okay not to always have the same coach. But at the same time, you need him in your life. So I'm really happy of the example you just mentioned. That's great news.
Yeah, that was good news to hear.
The player loses. It's not the coach that makes the player lose.
Yes, that is correct. So blocks was interesting because Lerner Tien just came out. Blocks was winning his matches with his serve and his big hits, and Tien just came out, just defended well, hit through the court, cut off the angles, used his lefty forehand.
Yeah.
His serve isn't like a Ben Shelton, but he has good spots and a good +1, and he controls the center of the court well, and he just outplayed blocks. It was very fun to watch. It was best out of 3 out of 5, but sets to 4.
Okay.
And if it gets to 3 all, tie break. So I thought that was interesting that they continue to do this for the next gen finals, because they understand it's a little bit harder on these young males' bodies, because they are in their 20s, to play consecutive 3 out of 5 matches.
For sure.
Maybe that's why, and they also want to speed it up. It definitely was more entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, that's their goal, of course, to be different, and
Yeah. But interesting fact: the alumni of the next gen. You want to hear all their results of all the alumni that have won?
Yeah.
Okay, so Hurkacz, 8 titles, 2 ATP Masters 1000s. Rublev, 17 titles, 2 ATP Masters 1000s. Fritz, 10 titles, 1 ATP Master 1000. 1 Grand Slam final. Ruud, 14 titles, 1 ATP 1000, 3 Grand Slam finals. Tsitsipas, 12 titles, 3 ATP Masters 1000, 2 Grand Slam finals. Medvedev, 21 titles, 1 Grand Slam final, 6 ATP Masters 1000. Sinner, 24 titles, 4 Grand Slams, 5 ATP 1000s. Alcaraz, 24 titles, 6 Grand Slams, 8 ATP Masters 1000s.
Wow. Those guys won the next gen, or?
Yeah, those guys won the next gen. Now, Juan Fonseca beat Tien last year. So Tien and Fonseca have a lot of work to do.
I mean, those are impressive, numbers, and the list is just, wow, it's crazy. Super impressive. So
those guys are all alumni. I don't know if they've all won, but they're alumni.
That's what I was wondering, because I don't think they've won. So they didn't win, but they played it.
They played it. So a lot of guys that have come through have done extremely well.
If you've been there, then you're going somewhere, and that's what it means.
So
you're right.
Again, congratulations. I'm excited to see. Look, Michael Chang's come in 4 months ago. I'm excited to see how he progresses throughout this year of 2026.
I mean, Michael Chang must be a great coach, because whoever he coaches, they're winning. And that he's such a great brain for strategy, tactics. So he's great. So he's always been coaching great players. So yeah, that's it. We can expect great things from Mr. Tien.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch him. Okay, one more note on tennis, and then we're going to go into our highlights of 2025. But I found this interesting to put in the tennis note, not the newsy note. Naomi Osaka leaves Evolve, the agency she founded with Stuart Druid, and who they also brought in They brought in Kyrgios and Sabalenka to their agency, and she's now leaving it.
Wow.
Interesting, huh?
That's it. Boom. I mean, Naomi she's having trouble to sustain her environment. I mean, that's what I'm noticing. I'm noticing that people are coming, people are leaving, people are coming. So I don't know if, what's going on exactly. I don't know her personally, but I don't know. There's a lot of movement. So
there's lots of movement, and rumors are that she's possibly going back to IMG, where she started from, that she's going to go full circle and back to IMG. But last year, the tail end of last year, she made some moves, and she's now 16 in the world.
Yeah, I mean, she came back well. You're totally right, because I mean, we saw her. We expected her, maybe sometimes more of her, in big Grand Slam tournaments. But hey, maybe 2026 is going to be her breakthrough year again.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I'd like to see her do well, but I thought that was so intriguing that you founded an agency and now you're leaving it. Maybe she didn't like Sabalenka getting all the attention.
You're right. Hey, I mean, we could talk for 2 hours because we have so much. The recap of 2025 that could be done quickly, but looking up to 2026. What about Serena? Is she coming back? What's going on? There's people talking all over the place. I don't think she is, but
look, for some reason she's entered the WADA pool of testing.
exactly.
So, Ougi, you only enter that if you're going to play. So I feel, look, the 2028 Olympics are in Los Angeles.
Yep.
Potentially her and Venus maybe want to play doubles and
Could be.
finish there. Maybe that's I'm just spinning.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know from them,
it
but
kind of makes sense.
Thinking
Yeah.
you build, you put yourself back in the pool. It takes a couple months to get back into the system anyway.
Mhm.
So she's just throwing it into the wind, everybody, like Serena likes to do.
I mean, look how many people start to write and talk, and I mean, the post on the Instagrams and stuff. It's just crazy.
They go wild.
Guys, I'm not coming back. Why did you put your name on that pool? I mean,
well, look, there's reasons why you do it. It doesn't mean she's going to show up in Australia and play, but that doesn't mean she's not thinking of maybe. I'm thinking Olympics.
Yeah,
that's just my thoughts. Maybe
it's logic. It's logic because it's in LA as well.
Yeah,
so could make sense.
Hometown girls.
Exactly. And I saw a post on the Instagram as well that she received. I think she injured herself playing pickleball. So she's like, that sport is not for me. It's not great. I'm rooting for padel. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Hey, pickleball, you can get injured, Ougi.
I know. I mean, Jeannie Bouchard got a ball in the eye, and you can. It's so quick. You can pull a muscle or doing. But
All right.
It's just funny.
The ball is in your court now. Let's start off with the highlights of 2025. Who was your breakout star, male and female?
I mean, I'm going to start with female because it's so obvious that, there's elephant in the corner there because Vicky Mboko was just all over the place so quickly. I mean, come on, he's outside top 100 and suddenly, boom, it's like top 20. So refreshing to see such young girl from Canada. I mean, it's just we didn't see that coming. Anybody from Canada in Tennis Canada is going to say yes, and they've been preparing. Of course, because she was sort of of course in the circuits and but I mean, most of us didn't expect her to do that well that quickly. Great athlete, great attitude. She just looks like she's having fun out there. No stress.
Very good serve.
She can serve. Big serve, big forehand, big backhand, great footwork, great volleys. She's just a complete player and no pressure. So to me, that was a great breakthrough. Who do you have on your list for male or female breakthrough?
Okay, well, you went with Vicky Mboko. That's a no-brainer, right? Well, mine was Amanda Anisimova because hers was more of a slow build. Mm-hmm. I watched her in 2024, and then in 2025, she started making headway, and then 2 Grand Slam finals, and a great showing at the year-end championships. She's made some adjustments. I think if she makes a little more adjustments with her serve defense, she possibly could win a Grand Slam for 2026. I
agree. She's right there. I mean, I have her as my 2026 to watch player for women.
That's good.
I put her there because she got close this year, and she looks fitter than before. She looks like she's more mature. Her shots are so heavy. From the back court, she can out-hit Sabalenka. I mean, who does that? So, to me, she's going to be, I think she's going to win a Grand Slam this year in 2026.
Yeah, I liked her. She was my breakout female.
Yeah.
Okay, who's your male?
I mean, to me, Vachereau was such a big,
that was a big story.
Seriously, and I was in France when him and Rinderknecht, her cousin and his cousin, they made the final, both of them at the Rolex Masters. So, big story there, winning that title. It's never been done. It's a big win. So to me, it was a breakthrough for sure for male player. So to me, that was it. I mean, do you have anybody else on your list?
Well, I gotta go with our boy Felix. Felix is ended up 5 in the world.
I know.
One title. He made some noise at the US Open. He got his game back to where we believe it could be, Ougi.
Yeah, for sure.
He believes he got married. He seems a little more loose on the court, not that much looser, but a little more loose.
Yeah.
And I feel like this was his moment to make a breakthrough and build.
Yep.
And potentially, what could we see him do? I mean, he's he ended up 5 in the world. That is very impressive.
I know because I've been talking about it like for the last 2 years, and he's had the same environment. He's a really loyal guy. So I was like, please switch coach, please seek for answers anyway. I mean, Tony Nadal came in a little bit, not too long, but then he kept the same coach, same environment, and suddenly his game changed. I was like expecting a coach from another place, influencing him for his game. But I don't know how he got his influences, but suddenly he's like mixing it up, slicing a little bit more, going down the line first when he was rallying. I was like, yes, thank you. Because his game was so predictable. He was just going cross court all the time. Guys would just sit there in the corner expecting a cross court shot, and they would just go down the line before he could recover. So I'm happy he's changed his game, coming to the net a little bit more. His serve is bigger. He has a big serve now. He's got 3 points all over the place. So to me, I can see him within the first 3 months, going into the number 3 in the world. He can definitely surpass Zverev. So I can see him be 3, maybe not finishing at 3, but we can expect great things from him. He's going to keep on rolling. So great pick. I love it.
I knew you'd like my pick.
For sure.
All right. So what do you think of all of 2025? What was your biggest highlight?
I mean, there's so many. Just tennis, in general, it's evolving, we can, the men's circuit, the women's circuit, all the talk about, the sponsors and the scheduling. I don't know where that's going to be, but something's going to change. The players with the type of balls they're playing, they're like complaining all the time. So those are the things to me that I will remember from this year, and moving on to next year, there's some changes that are going to be around those areas. Some Russian female players are still going somewhere else to live. We've seen Potapova, she's going to play off for Austria next year. To me, those are more concerning stuff. Just the whole scene, those countries that are hosting the final tournaments. A lot of talk about that. The PIFs, what's going to happen there? Lots
of money with the PIFs.
a lot of talk there. So let's see how that turns out in 2026. Those are subjects that I'm going to look forward, look closely into them. What about you? Maybe there's more stories about the players that you noticed in 2025.
I think I'm going to give my biggest highlight to, I really thought it was extraordinary that Iga Swiatek won Wimbledon after the beginning of her season, and just how it was just like she was just really bothered.
Yep.
She was edgy, and then she lost all her edginess and went and won Wimbledon. And after having a drug ban, and then Sinner has a drug ban, and then he comes back and he wins Wimbledon. So I think my highlight is Wimbledon in itself, the champions, and just how the fortnight played out, and then who won at the end of the day. It was pretty extraordinary and unheard of that this could happen in the tennis world. And that was like summed up 2025.
Yeah,
right?
I totally agree. And Swiatek had the great win there, and Sinner and Felix kind of look alike. Like Felix and Swiatek, they were going nowhere with their career a little bit. Not expecting, of course, great things, and then suddenly, boom, they just big tournaments winning, and she just kept on playing great and feel looser. We saw her really stressed out, and her attitude was, she got a goal violation, swearing at somebody in Polish, and I was like, what's going on there, Iga? Chill out on the court. And she was, you can tell that she was stressed out. She would look at her box, and that was not sane. You look like stressing all the time. Yeah, and a couple years back, she didn't look like that. So it's good to see her, relaxing a little bit more, having fun, enjoying herself. That's the way she's going to play the best tennis.
Yeah,
So
I agree. And then I have to mention, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the mic drop moment of Rybakina winning the year-end championships, coming out of nowhere, bringing back her old coach and being
yeah,
like, "Yep, I just won the most money, and I'm not posing with anybody for pictures with the WTA. I'm the winner. See ya, guys." So
that is so
what's she
true.
gonna do in 2026? She's somebody that I feel is a lethal weapon on the tour, because if she shows up,
Yeah,
she could be a contender in Grand Slams of multiple ones.
totally, totally agree. I mean, I think we've summed up the four women that are going to be hot this year. Got Sabalenka,
Yes,
and then Mboko, and we just
Rybakina,
exactly Rybakina.
Anisimova,
Exactly. Those are the four that we're looking
and I'm
forward to
gonna
see.
add a fifth.
Coco,
No, who do you think?
Osaka, maybe?
Andreeva.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We haven't seen
We
her
didn't
like
even, I mean,
that
yes, it's
much.
Indian Wells. No,
I
but
know.
look, she had a big breakout season.
Yeah.
Tail end of it, she kind of fell off as she ended up playing doubles at the championships. She's managing her life on tour and her
Yeah.
age and just managing how to back everything up. But I feel like this year, watch out.
You're totally right. I mean, how things are going fast, like it's amazing, right? I mean, I didn't even think about her at first. And it's like if we had, like, when we had a podcast in March, April, that's all we could talk about.
Right?
Because
I know.
Andreeva was super hot. And
Yeah.
Indian Wells, Key Biscayne, not Key Biscayne, Miami. She was rolling. She was just, overpowering players. Big surge. Conchita was there, everybody smiling and everything. And you cannot keep that up, of course, for a whole year, unless you're Sabalenka. But we can expect great things from those 5 women. I can definitely agree with you.
Side note, Coco Gauff. I'm very excited to see what she brings with her serve, the fixes she's made, and her game. Because look, one thing we know for sure, you can't count Coco out mentally. She's going to battle to the end. So, a side note, at the top 5 with a side note of Coco Gauff.
Yeah. Side note.
She did win a Grand Slam, Hugues, and she was the highest earner in all of sports, women's sports.
Oh, for sure. Hey, she's a great spokesperson. We've talked about her personality. I mean, she looks like she's awesome. You can definitely, chill with her. But hopefully her mind is not too stressed. I mean, I think Iga's stress, she free-throwed it over Coco. And Coco's feeling more heat, I think, with all the contracts and this and that, and the winning in the US Open a couple years back. I think that gives her extra pressure. So hopefully she can manage, forget the pressure, just have fun out there. You're playing great. You're awesome. Keep it up.
And look, can Madison Keys come back and defend her Australian Open title? That's a big question for 2026.
No, I can answer that right now. Sorry. I mean, we can definitely say no to that one. But I mean, she needs some momentum. We've talked about that a couple of podcasts ago. You always build. You have some momentum. You can't just come out of nowhere and win. Like Anisimova, she's building. She built this year. Next year, she's due. She's due to win. Yeah. She's had great results. Hey, Swiatek as well. She's building. But Madison was just so hot in Australia, and then afterwards, I don't know what happened. But
I think just managing being a Grand Slam champion, she needed to handle that better.
Yeah.
Girls coming after her more on the court.
Yeah, she's a target on her back now. Yeah.
So I'd like to see her bounce back from her last couple months results, even though she made it to the year-end championships. That's a huge feat in itself.
It's true.
Right?
It's true. Yeah.
I'd still like her to be in the mix.
She has a great game. She has a great game.
Not in my top 5 right now.
I know. Mentally, this stuff that made of champion, she's missing a little bit. But hey, she looked like she was having fun with Jess Pagula and all these girls at the end of the year when they were saying some stories, and it was super fun to hear and they're having fun. So that's, to me, that's good.
All right. So give me your male breakouts for 2026. Who are you looking forward to making some noise?
I'm looking forward, of course, not a whole lot of noise, I think, but Stan Wawrinka is going to be his last year on tour. So that's what he said. Read that lately. So yeah, let's see, Stan the man stepping down. Big last year for him. Hopefully he can mix things up a little bit, but yeah, we never know. But there's going to be,
Gail Monfils.
Hey, Monfils as well. Last year as well. Hey, Djokovic. Never know what's going on. Is he going to win? Is he going to lose? We can't wait to see that. But to me, Felix is going to be a big factor this year. Hopefully, he needs to be. Of course, we're confident it's going to be the Senior Alcaraz show as well. So, cannot wait to see Senior Alcaraz, how their games is going to head into what directions, which changes they're making right now in practice, and we'll see that in January. And maybe it's going to be, Francis Tiafoe. We need to see that. I can't wait to see him as well. See his club as well, his coaches and stuff, his environment.
Yeah, who he chose. Well, look, he chose somebody very smart in the tennis world for sports biodynamics and coaching and just the way you move on court. He's working with him right now. So I think that'll be interesting to see how he comes out for the 2026 season and what we learn of it.
That's going to be great, because if his body can be ready, move well, be strong. I mean, that helps a lot for the mental side afterwards. Then he just needs to have a coach who's going to understand his game, let him play, but at the same time, give him some discipline. That's the balance he needs right now.
Yeah. And so our eye is going to be on Francis for sure.
Francis, Ben Shelton as well. Can't wait to see his climbing. Is he going to still rise? He's going to plateau? I don't know. So a couple of Americans guys are going to give us something to talk about. And Fritz, Paul, hopefully he can come back. Kind of scared a little bit for him.
Hey, I've seen Tommy Paul training, so he looks healthy.
Nice.
So that's good.
That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah, I'd like to see Tommy make a move again and be healthy all year.
Yeah.
And some of the younger guys, obviously Lerner Tien, he'll be fun to watch, I think. Brandon Nakashima, I ran into him the other day before he was going to Australia. Rick Leach, former #1 doubles champion, was co-coaching him, and that was nice to see him. I'd like to see Brandon make some bigger strides. So maybe we'll see him volleying more.
Hey, that'd be nice.
Interesting.
Sebastian Korda as well. We can expect things from him. We've been expecting things for him a couple of years now. So hopefully he can step up a little bit.
Yeah, Jensen Brooksby, Alex Mickelson. Look, Riley Opelka is now top 50, so he could still make a play at it. He was out there practicing where I hit to a couple weeks ago. So
such a big serve.
Yeah. Ethan Quinn, he's now top 100. He's 70. Let's see, can he get to the top 50? I'd like to see that happen.
Thanks. The list is long. I mean,
I know, right?
You guys have some depth. we have some top ones, but then you guys have a lot. Diallo, Chapeau, and Felix. But your list is like 15 guys that are in top 100.
Yeah, that's the positive part, and they all help egg each other on and help each other and make each other work harder. Okay, so 2026 Ougi is going to be very interesting. I've got some newsy notes for you.
Ooh.
Okay, so we know Sabalenka and Kyrgios are battle of the sexes, December 28th.
Okay, December 28th. Okay, I was wondering.
Dubai at the Coca-Cola Arena. Billie Jean King came out and said, "This is not about social change. Ours was."
Yeah, for sure. I know. But
that's her thought on it, Ougi.
Yeah, well, anybody can guess that, but of course, but still, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see, how that turns out, because he's got a big serve. He's got a huge game. And so the physical factor, of course, is there, of course, by default, but not as much as before, and that's going to be interesting.
What they're going to do.
Yeah.
I'm
Can't wait.
intrigued.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is funny. This is just a funny. I mean, I like the guy, but it's interesting that they gave this to him. So Gazzetta, this Italian entity, does a sports award for the end of the year, and Musetti won Italy's best athlete of the year, Ougi.
Why? Because Sinner got 2 Grand Slam and Musetti wins.
I mean,
what is he better looking? What's going on there? What's the criteria?
Was this for looks?
For sure. Come on, something's got to give here.
I'm a little befuddled, Ougi.
What's going on?
I read
Musetti?
it and I was like, wait, what? Huh?
Did you read that correctly? Yeah, for sure. I mean,
fashion. I mean, Sinner is a Gucci ambassador, so
you're right.
But Musetti is Bottega Veneta, so maybe Bottega Veneta won out.
That's it. They're on top of it.
Apparently it did. I guess 2 Grand Slam titles doesn't get you best athlete of the year.
That is so weird. Seriously.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that is.
I thought you would like that one.
I need to go dig after we're done here. I need to go find out who was the sponsor of that event.
Yeah, right? Okay. Well, that was
funny.
A funny newsy note. The ATP has come out. I did say this a couple of weeks ago, but they are going to do the cooling breaks. They are introduced in January.
Okay,
you get
what is
a
that?
10-minute break after the second set for a third set. It will be allowed. They will suspend when the heat index reaches 30.1 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
And they're going to have all those things in place that the WTA has had in place for years. I don't know why it took the ATP so long, but congratulations. The men on the tour are not going to suffer heat illness anymore. Well, they might, but at least they'll have some help.
That's good news, but hello, finally? What? I mean, it should have been there 10 years ago. What's going on?
Long enough, right?
The sun is still extreme.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, let's get those. Yeah, let's get those. So is it every time is going to be at 10 minutes? Sort of recess?
So no, if it's high heat and the heat rule effect at the end of the second set, if it's a 2 out of 3 set match, you get a 10-minute break.
Okay, and the Grand Slam maybe before the 5th set.
At the end of the 4th.
Okay.
You get 10 minutes, I would think.
That's going to be kind of it's going to be weird because 10 minutes is a long time, and you can.
Well, it's not for the player. It's not that long because look, you have to get your clothes. If you're actually taking the heat break, you need to go cool off, right? So you do a full outfit change. You change everything. You change your shirt, your shorts, your underwear, your socks. For women, your sports bra. So to get into the bathroom takes at least 3 minutes.
For sure.
Get all that out is 2 minutes, and then you're putting cold water on yourself. So really, it's for us as players, it's so fast.
I know.
But for fans, 10 minutes seems very long.
Yeah, that's totally true. I was like, come on, let's go, let's get back to it. But totally right.
Sometimes the umpire or chair does not start the clock until you're walking off the court. So they allow you to gather your stuff so that you can use the time to recover, because it's all for recovery, right? Now, on the women's side, some ladies do it to stop the momentum. Some men, Tsitsipas, have been known to do it to stop the momentum. Not
for sure.
Rule.
Joker
done a bathroom break.
Djokovic, come on.
Yeah, but this is a heat rule, so 10 minutes. It's not long when you're the player and you're overheating and you have to change.
If it's 95, 100 degrees, I mean, I can understand.
Yeah.
So it's so hot. And when you play on hard courts, it's even hotter.
Yeah, it's even hotter. All right, so one more newsy note, and then we got to talk your favorite Christmas movie since it's December 21st and it's almost Christmas. And happy Hanukkah, everybody. It's the second to last night of Hanukkah.
Okay.
I have my menorah out on my lawn. I have a reindeer and an angel and a menorah to celebrate everything. Christmaka, Ougi. Okay, so Taylor Swift dropped her 6th series 6-part series of her
Really?
tour. I have
Ooh.
watched 2 episodes. I am
Okay.
into episode 3, and she gives a whole detail of her workout routine, which is basically what we professional athletes do. She had to do for a 3-hour tour. So anybody interested to see how Taylor Swift did her 3-hour to 3.5-hour tour, watch that series because it's really good. But also episode 3 is cool because it shows her working out, and it's like pop stars have to work out too, because how are you going to do that on a stage?
Oh, come on, for sure. I mean, Madonna was like a machine. She would train every day. And what is this series on? Is it on Netflix? Is it on
Disney Plus?
Ooh, Disney Plus. Okay.
Yes, Disney Plus.
I'm taking notes.
You got to check it out. And she had to dance in Louboutins, not tennis shoes.
Really?
So even harder.
Yeah. It's wearing costumes and the shoes and this and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that easy.
I was impressed. I don't know if I could. I mean, I would love to dance in Louboutins, but I don't know if I could do 3.5 hours in it. It'd be tough.
You're right. Got some calluses and blisters.
I would need my orthotics.
You're right. That's totally true.
Okay, so let's wrap it up. Favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, for me, Elf. Not even close.
Oh, of course you're gonna do Elf.
It's so funny. Still,
I love it.
Still, it's so cool. And second, Sound of Music. Totally different vibe. But I love the Sound of Music. Yeah. Okay. It's not like Christmassy, but
yeah. I mean, this kind of Christmassy.
I think so.
Don't they escape during Christmas over the mountain?
I think you're right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So my
what about yours?
Favorite
Let's hear it.
Is that's tough.
National Lampoon with Chevy Chase.
No. Okay, so White Christmas. It's an oldie. Rosemary Clooney, oldie but goodie. They have a great dance it's about these 2 guys in the war. They come back. They're putting on a show at an inn to save the inn, and these 2 girls who are jazz singers help them, and they put on a whole performance. It's very classic old movie. So I love watching that one. And Meet Me in St. Louis, Judy Garland.
Okay.
They have a whole
classic
part. And then modern day, Family Stone with Diane Keaton.
Okay.
And Sarah Jessica Parker. I love that one. And then New Year's Eve, I love to watch The Holiday, which I've already told you about, with Cameron Diaz and Jude Law.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good picks. Good picks.
Yeah. Okay.
There's so many.
There's so many.
The really new one is Red One with The Rock.
That was fun. I watched that.
That is a good one. To me, that's like the best, latest one to me.
You know what I watched last night? It was called The Nutcrackers, and it was it was from 2024, and it's with Ben Stiller. And it's these 4 boys and Ben Stiller, and the story of how he has to foster them. He's their uncle, and their parents die, and he has to like take care of them. And it's all how it unfolds, and it's like a heartwarming independent movie.
There you go. Ben Stiller is super cool athlete.
Yeah,
actor. I mean, so cool. He loves tennis.
He does like tennis. He comes
remember when I think it was in Miami when. Or Washington, I don't know where, but curious when he said, "Do I tell him how to act?" No. You seen that on Instagram? Like
no, I gotta see it.
Oh, he was talking to a crowd, and somebody was telling him like how to play or something.
Yeah.
So he's like, maybe it was at the U.S. Open because Ben Stiller sometimes goes to the U.S. Open, and he goes, "Do I tell him how to act?" No. With his Australian accent, it's so funny. And Ben Stiller was like laughing, so much. So cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got the quote of the podcast. And it's a good one. It goes out to all the coaches out there, and it's from the number 1 coach so far of the number 1 player, which you can guess who that is, who is now no longer his coach.
And who's going to hire him?
Are you ready?
We didn't think about that, but yeah, we'll talk about that later on.
Okay, yeah. Well, side note, I think he's not going to go somewhere quickly. I think he's going to pause and take a moment.
Yeah, I mean,
he has his academy to run.
For sure.
Ougi, as a coach, it's difficult to travel. As a player, it's difficult to travel. As a coach, it's hard.
I know.
So this might be a great break for him, and he has new and interesting things on the horizon.
You're right.
All right, you ready? Now that I gave the quote away, we know who it is.
Yeah, for sure. Let's hear it.
Today is a difficult day. Saying goodbye is never easy. Obviously,
sure.
it's Juan Carlos Ferrero.
Yes.
We got to give him the quote.
For sure. I mean, it's heartbreaking. Come on, the way it actually happened, it's got to be tough for him. It's not like, okay, great. No, it happened like 48 hours. Give me your answer. Less money. It's like, what's going on? Am I getting trolled?
Yeah.
Somebody behind me? Is Ashton Kutcher just pranking me? What's going on there? It's like more to develop, more news, more. There's going to be more stuff coming this week. We're going to learn. We're going to text each other this week as soon as we find out something.
Well, look, Ougi, when I left my court in LA, when Pam Shriver closed her court to me because of everything that happened and the insurances and the fires, and it was 5 years. I had to say goodbye to 14 kids.
I know
that I went through COVID and school, and I watched some of them graduate. Like 4 of the kids I knew from 9th to high school. And obviously it's nothing like what you have done, but for my first foray into coaching, those 5 years were very interesting. And to end this year with fires, to begin this year with the fires and what the kids had gone through, the emotional connection I had to them and their families. I was crying for like 3 weeks. Can you imagine how Juan Carlos Ferrero, obviously Carlos feels, but imagine how he feels as the coach who, when it's your job, and this is something I've learned, but you've known,
I know.
it's your job to take care of the kid or the player, and it's the player first, and you have to be committed to that, and you have to sacrifice sometimes how you feel or what you want to do to help the player. And that's something I had to learn for 5 years.
Yeah.
It's emotional.
It is. It's cruel. It's emotional. It's tough because, like, of course, everybody's situations are different. And yours was like your first years as well as coach, and you get close to people, your kids, and you know the influence you have on them. Hey, some of them you've influenced them into being better students, better person. They have better grades. Oh, they get a scholarship to a school that if you were not there, maybe they would not have got. And then obviously, to me, my situation, and I have a smaller academy. So a lot of times I'm developing players very good. They become top in Quebec or Canada, and I lose them because I cannot keep them. I'm in too small of a community.
It's heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking because I'm losing them. It's like, and they want to keep with me, but they can't because I'm telling them as well, if you want to keep evolution, you have to be in bigger, places, bigger cities, bigger academies, bigger programs, better players. I'm going to challenge you. So I'm doomed. I'm going to lose my kids all the time. And it's like a little bit like your own kids, because I have 3 of them in my real life, and I'm going to lose them sometimes. Of course, they're going to live their own life, move out of the city, maybe get their own kids, their own family, their own jobs. And that's what life is all about.
Yeah.
It's a continuing evolution of events. We're into that since we're born and until we leave this place. That's what's going to happen all the time.
And tennis coaches have to evolve a lot more than maybe other coaches do.
I know, because we're dealing with individuals, and it's just one person we're coaching, and we have a community of only one person all the time. And if you have a team, then you're looking after that team, the chemistry of everybody together. But individual persons, it's a different ball game for it all. So good luck to Juan Carlos Ferrero. Congrats to him for a big career with Carlos, and we'll can't wait to see in 2026. I think he's going to coach somebody else. I can sense something is maybe
brewing.
Something's brewing.
We'll find out. 2026 is going to be fun. There's a lot of storylines that we didn't think would happen that happened this year. And I feel like on both sides of tennis, the women's and the men's, and then you add in the political side and the tournament director side. Like Craig Tiley is being interviewed by the USTA to possibly come in for the US Open. So that storyline is going to be very interesting. Australian Open head and US Open head. Is he going to keep both?
Wow. I mean, that's small. It's probably a big job there, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he's a great guy and he's very player friendly. So he would be a good addition if he did come to the US Open.
There you go. I mean, he can do both. I think he can do both, of course, because they're not same, January and August. Obviously, they're well, at opposite direction of the calendar. But yeah, you can definitely do something great in Australia, and doing the same thing in at the U.S. Open, and have great things you can reproduce. And why not? If you're good, you're good. You can be at two places. And there's no problem there.
You're good, Ougi. Well said. Well, this has been a lot of fun. Our holiday wrap up of Serving Aces on Believe. If you like us, follow us on at Hugues Laverdiere or at Alexandra Stevenson. And we will see you in 2026.
That's correct.
Australia.
That's correct. It's going to be so exciting to take the mic again and observe, see what happened. All those stars, see what they're going to be up to and everything. And we'll be there to discuss, have fun, analyze, and, keep being there for our fans.
All right, Ougi. Happy 2026. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. And Happy New Year.
Yep. Same to you, my dear Alex. Take care.
Okay. See you guys next time.
All right. See you guys later.